What upgrade was totally worth the price? 4 GB RAM to 16 GB RAM. I realize how much pain there has been. Cheap backpack to decent backpack. High-speed internet. I got stupid lucky the other day with the internet. I discovered that the apartment complex I live in has a deal with a fiber provider that makes HTE prices way cheaper. And I also remembered that my company pays X amount of internet costs as a benefit. I also discovered that the option for 1000 internet is cheaper than the amount my work is willing to pay. AKA I discovered I can get gigabit internet for free. Ever since I bought super thick and soft 100% cotton blankets. I've been having my best sleep ever. My friends and family roll their eyes at me for getting 100% cotton sheets, but I will never go back. It's also the only thing I spend time on ironing. It's just so soft and smooth. They even call me a snob for it. I am from Yorkshire. The joke's on them though. Stupid polyester peasant sleepers winking face. Weighted blanket. It only comes out on Sundays. Though, because it made it too hard to get out of bed, I finally sprung for a weighted blanket. It's arriving tomorrow. Can't wait. Started to buy more expensive clothes. Fit better. Lasted longer. I started treating myself to a Stitch Fix subscription every 3 months. Totally worth it. A really nice pair of headphones for when I'm at work. Makes time fly and the day overall becomes much more enjoyable. Audio-Technica. Baby. It's like listening to all my music for the first time again. This is going to sound dumb, but I spent money on good garbage bags instead of the Walmart brand for inside the house and the outdoor can. Life is better. Less ripping? Far less. It's been wonderful on garbage days. Feel like dancing as I take the garbage out. I wanted an SSD for my PC for ages but kept putting it off. My BF bought me one as a gift and honestly it's like a brand new computer. It turns on instantly. And games which usually took a long time to load like Crusader Kings for example. Loaded in seconds. If you're still using a mechanical hard drive, upgrading to an SSD is the single most important upgrade you can make. It will have the biggest impact on your day-to-day use and can make an 8-year-old computer feel like brand new. HDD are great for the extra capacity. So having both and storing important stuff like OS and frequently used programs on the SSD and having 3 to 15 terabytes of storage on a HDD is the way to go if you need the space emo. Getting a divorce and remarried. I was actually surprised that you can live with someone and still like them. I was about to post the same thing. My best upgrade was ending my toxic marriage and replacing it with someone I actually enjoy being around. Second monitor. Oh god yes. I had a 30-page paper due last week and having 2 monitors made my life 1,000 times easier. Paying professional movers instead of renting a U-Haul. $500 was totally worth not having to schlep my own crap down from a 3rd floor walk-up and it took less than half the time. They showed up at 7 AM and the move was done by 1 PM. Where is this? $500 is a great deal for a move. A 10-feet braided charging cable for my phone. It wasn't really that expensive. But holy shit, it's nice to have a really long charging cable. Just one? I've bought 2-3 packs on Amazon for like $20 total. Room. Living room. Bag. Work. Car. Computer. Not looking for chargers is equally as good as not having to move closer to the socket. My wife and I bought a house together last summer. And decided that we would buy a new king-size bed. After looking around we ended up spending double our original budget to get a bed where the head and feet recline via remote and phone app. And it vibrates and massages as well. And let me tell you what. Complete game changer. One of the best purchases I have ever made. I used to be an occasional snorer. Now, if the wife wakes up to me snoring she simply raises the head slightly and somehow I totally stop snoring. I don't know how. But it works. The head section can be raised enough that it basically turns into a couch when we are watching movies in bed. The massage function has a timer. I usually set it for 30 minutes. And I am almost never still awake when it times out. We both have some of the best sleeps of our lives. I work shift work so my sleep schedule is always varying levels of messed up. But I never have a problem falling asleep anymore. And last, but maybe most importantly, Our mattress can now be put into different positions, which in turn allows us to be in certain different positions, which is fun. Edit www.serta.com/adjustable-foundations for everyone asking. I have no idea how this compares to other brands. I saw a commercial for one with USB chargers on the sides or something. I wish mine did that. One thing we needed was elastic clip straps for underneath the mattress sheet. The sheet was coming off at the corners when we inclined it until I bought $20 bed sheet straps off Amazon. Edit 2. I have never been tested for sleep apnea. I am now concerned about sleep apnea. I should probably get checked for sleep apnea. And you should too. I really enjoy Spotify Premium. I like the ability to download podcasts or playlists so I don't eat up my data on long car rides. Laser eye surgery. The best 10 minutes I've ever spent money on. The recovery time wasn't that bad. And it was a legitimate excuse to sleep. How much was it if you don't mind me asking? I spent about the same as the op. Let me tell you. Don't skimp on it. If you have any concern about the credibility of the doctor, find a better doctor. It can really create a hassle if it's not done correctly. While the procedure is basically the same, there's a lot of new tech that pretty much eliminates human error potential. You want that. You won't go blind probably. But you will have issues with dry eyes for a very long time. As well as halos at night. Also, and this is very important, if your eye prescription has changed in the last few years, you absolutely don't want to get LASIK. Any respectable doctor won't allow it. But some unfortunately will. If you're on the East Coast, I recommend Dello Russo LASIK. Better shoes. I grew up poor, so $100 shoes were considered ridiculous. Now I wouldn't pay much less. And they're worth every penny. If it's between you and the ground, pay extra for the good stuff: tires, furniture, shoes. Edit, nothing magical about $100 price tag. That was just an arbitrary round number that has been fairly accurate in my experience. Yes, there are good $70 and $80 shoes. You don't need to keep pointing that out. Obviously there are also discount stores and occasional sales. Sigh. The point is, don't buy the cheapest ones. Obligatory Terry Pratchett quote. The reason that the rich were so rich, Vime's reason, was because they managed to spend less money. Take boots, for example. He earned $38 a month plus allowances. A really good pair of leather boots cost $50. But an affordable pair of boots, which were sort of okay for a season or two and then leaked like hell when the cardboard gave out, cost about $10. Those were the kind of boots Vimes always bought. And wore until the soles were so thin that he could tell where he was in Ankh-Morpork on a foggy night by the feel of the cobbles. But the thing was that good boots lasted for years and years. A man who could afford $50 had a pair of boots that'd still be keeping his feet dry in 10 years' time. While the poor man who could only afford cheap boots would have spent $100 on boots in the same time and would still have wet feet. This was the Captain Samuel Vimes Boots theory of socioeconomic unfairness. Moving to a neighborhood without all of the constant gunfire and police helicopters. You don't like playing gunshots or fireworks at night? I was flying from Johannesburg to San Antonio, Texas via Frankfurt and Chicago. Company rules. Anyway, the flight to Frankfurt was a 11-hour overnight slog. I was exhausted. Because I flew a fair amount, I was able to use the airline lounge on the day I travel international, so I went in to grab a quick shower before my flight to Chicago. The agent asked if I wanted to upgrade to business class for $500. I declined. She then offered to sell me a lounge membership for some discount price. Maybe $500. I told her that after today's flight credited to my account I would reach the next tier status and the membership will be even cheaper. Something like $450. IIRC. She looked at me and said that for $300 she would sell me a 1-year lounge membership and upgrade me to business class. Sold. I slept so well on my flight to Chicago. Edit. For clarity. A good desk chair. Not that racing, gaming chair bullshit. But the premium office desk chair kind. Herman Miller Aaron for me. Lasts forever. Widely available refurbished and/or secondhand for much lower price than brand new. Has been around forever and they make replacement parts. Mies SHHHHHHH. Buying big fluffy towels. Got the idea from Mark Cuban. A pair of glasses. I just went from 240p to 4K smiling face with sunglasses. Good boots. I've been in the military. Fire service, EMS. All jobs that require boots. When I was in the military, I bought a $200 pair of Rockies. Lasted for years. Firefighter, EMT, Hakes boots for $260. They last forever. They last long and are comfortable. Anytime I bought $60 boots from Walmart, they fall apart in 6 months. And the only time I've had a plantar fasciitis flare-up is in the cheap boots. A good gaming mouse. Not even really for playing video games. I have carpal tunnel, and the difference between a cheap mouse you can grab at Walmart for $10 and an ergonomic one for $60 is league apart. A cleaning service. Someone cleaning for you, even just once every 2 weeks, is a life changer. Shoes. A good pair of leather boots will set you back a few $100. But they last a long time. And when the soles wear down, you can just take them to a shoemaker and they're good as new. Economy to business class for long-haul flights. I'm never going back to economy again. You must have a decent, well-paid job. Clit Smasher 3000. Xbox controller for PC, upgrading from generic brand knockoff controller. The smoothness is real. Going from using cheap dollar store earbuds to getting a decent pair of JBL Bluetooth ones. My life has never been the same. I always got $10–15 haircuts my entire life from places like Great Clips or Supercuts or whatever the duck they are called. New barber shop opened in town. A proper barber. Went in there and got a $30–50 cut and beard trim. You can also sip a nice glass of whiskey while you get your hair cut and bullshit with a cool barber. For the extra money, the experience and final product is well worth it. I'll never go back to shitty haircuts again. Computer chair. Went from a wooden kitchen chair to a proper office chair, not one of those cheap ones. A proper comfy one, and my back stopped aching within a week. I thought it was my bed that was causing me issues. Nope. I once spent £10 to upgrade my paintball gun at a friend's birthday party. Best £10 I've ever spent. Dramatically increased the accuracy and power of each shot and meant I had a pretty unfair advantage on the rest of the group. Definitely pay to win. Basically made the money back throughout the day too, as I didn't need to purchase as many paintballs. What changed the quality of my sleep was buying a new high-quality mattress and a 2-people bed, even though I'm alone. Emo. A good bed is the very first thing a person should buy when they move into their own place. A good night's sleep makes the day so much better.